Hey, Guerin, Emig, Tulsa World Sports, Columnist, coming to you from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, day 2 of Big 12 Media Days. It was Oklahoma's turn on stage. Sooners beat writer Eric Bailey is with me as we look back on what Coach Brett Venables and the 4 Sooner players who were here had to say. Eric, I thought it was interesting that coming to Arlington, Oklahoma was not the defending champion in the Big 12 Conference. That's odd. Not picked to win the 2022 championship. That's Baylor's privilege. That also is different for a program used to owning this league. Do you feel any different about their prospects based on today?
You know, it was funny, Guerin, because I spoke to Marvin Mims, and that was one of the questions I asked him. You guys are not the favorite. They had no players on the all-conference preseason teams except for punter Michael Turk.
Right.
So that was all it had. And Marvin Mims said he wasn't surprised because of the season they had last year. He said, we look back, we didn't do well last year. It kind of rose into this year, and he's more or less looking forward to the football, kind of describing how the season's going to go once they start playing games.
Mims was here to represent the offense along with Gabriel. So this was this new starting quarterback's first chance to sort of assert his leadership and his control, his place on the team. I think he did that today.
I think so. And we had heard a really interesting story about Dylan taking a lot of the players down to Lawton, kind of camping out, no phones. They all ate dinner together, and it was just an opportunity, a team bonding thing that was really needed because there's so many newcomers. Brett Venables went out of his way during his opening statement to talk about the number 40 and saying that 40% of the players on the roster have never dressed out in an OU jersey. So there's a lot of team bonding going on over the summer, it sounds like.
A reminder, that number that Venables threw out, of the need to bond because of all the new faces. A couple of them showed up today on defense. Ethan Downs, a young up-and-comer defensive end, Woody Washington, who has been inconsistent because he's battled injuries throughout his career in the secondary. And then there was Venables himself, Eric, and again, like with Gabriel, sort of a chance to put his public stamp on a program. Everyone is familiar with Venables' connection, obviously, as a 13-year coordinator under Bob Stoops, but this is his first head coaching job and a completely different situation for him and his program.
He made me smile because he said there's only one chance to make a first impression, and he understands that. Everything he's doing is a first. This is his first visit to Arlington as a head coach at Big 12 Media Days. He's going to really go right at it, and I think that's what's interesting about him is everything we see is everything. He tackles everything full speed. There's no halfway. He's going full speed if it's an interview or if it's either coaching on the field. I think a lot of the media that weren't around him as much as we were, they saw that today.
And they might, if it's hard to really get a feel for whether we should consider this team differently in terms of where they're going to finish next season. I imagine that positive, energetic vibe that Venables in particular put off is only going to help his cause and his program. So we'll see how it turns out. Speaking of that, keep reading our material on the Sooners, not only throughout the rest of the summer, but into preseason camp and obviously into September and the start of the 2022 season. Eric and Eli Lederman, his new beat partner, will chronicle it. I'll have columns as I usually do. Ian Maule will have the pictures for you to go with the words. We thank you for tuning in to our coverage here from Arlington, and we thank you for reading our copy, and we will be with you soon once again, courtesy of the Tulsa World.